Hanging out with Coach Norm Chow, the Hawaii Warriors, and they're getting ready for another season. His second season as head coach. And Coach Chow, first and foremost, always good to see you here in Vegas on media days. Where are you at personally as you were opposed to last year going into your first year with Hawaii?
Well, I think, things are constantly evolving, and we feel better about what we know about our football team. We were awfully young last year. We didn't lose many people. We redshirted a couple fellows, so we feel better about ourselves and our coaches and what to expect from our players. The travel is so different. We've hopefully figured that out. It's been tough, but I think we're encouraged by what we see.
You've won everywhere you've gone, and I know that 3-9 number is going to stick with you. What kind of pill was that for you to swallow in the off season? Do you think about it much? You just try to let it go?
Well, you can't help but think about it, and like you say, I've been around a long time. What disappoints me the most is I saw the look and the hurt in our players' eyes. I realized how hard they worked, how willing they were to buy into what we were trying to teach, which was a little bit different from what they were used to having before. Not that what they had before was bad, it was just our way of putting a stamp on it. And that's what hurt the most, is just, because, like I said, I've been around a long time, and it always hurts not to, we're competitive people, we like to win, everyone likes to win. But to see the hurt in our young guys' eyes, and, after ball games and stuff, I hope we don't have to go through much of that again.
You kind of got a new assistant coaching staff. You got a new O-line coach. You got a new OC. What is that going to bring to the table? How much more improvement will you be on offense with these new hires?
Well, just as importantly, most of our players are back. And I think we did a nice job with hiring. I don't know if you know the name Chris Knight. He's played in the league for a long time. He's from Hawaii. He has a lot of ties there. I didn't realize when we were first putting the staff together that he wanted to be a coach, because I've known Chris for a long time. And he'll bring a toughness to us, maybe more of a simplified way of getting things accomplished. Like the NFL, for all it's worth, they do things the same way. Every team does it the same way, and I think him bringing that to us is good. And then Aaron certainly brings another perspective as far as the passing game is concerned. He's had it wide open and thrown around for quite a bit, which we all have. But I think the more important idea for us that they bring is just their presence. Chris Knight, like I said, an NFL guy, so there's instant credibility there. So we'll see how that goes.
Coach Norm Chow joining us, Hawaii Warriors head coach. And obviously, for years we saw the spread in Hawaii. You bring a pro-style offense to the table. How do you think the fans received it last year?
Well, not very well, because they saw the success that June and them had with the run and shoot. I just felt like that the type of young people that you can recruit over there, the Polynesian offensive defensive lineman, would lend itself to more of a real strong power running game. And we do some of that, but we're also willing to change and to evolve a little bit. So we'll do a little bit of both. We'll see how that goes.
You're going to evolve with your new quarterback, Taylor Graham, for Ohio State. He was a transfer. Obviously, he sat out a year to be quarterback here. What does he bring to this offense that you didn't have a year ago?
It's terrific having Taylor. I recruited him out of high school when we were back at UCLA, and thought we had a good shot at him, and he ended up at Ohio State. So he was our most important. When we got the job over in Hawaii, he called. He wanted to transfer. Things hadn't worked out like he thought they would. He's a big presence. He's a leader. The players like him. Everything that you want in a quarterback, he has. Now, he hasn't played for a couple of years, and Sean Schroeder has. So we'll just let those two guys compete a little bit. But Taylor brings a lot to the table just with his leadership and his offensive skills.
This is a quarterback league this year, as you very well know. You look at Derek Carr, the preseason player of the year. He was obviously the player of the year a year ago in the Mountain West. When you look at this league and you look at your quarterback in Taylor Graham, how do you see him competing against these other quarterbacks? Do you think he's right there with a Derek and a Cody Fajardo and a David Fales?
I hope so. I think he's as talented. He's not as experienced, but he has quite a bit of talent. Like I say, he's tall. He throws the ball very well. he's not in their league yet because he doesn't have that experience. But every team, every league is quarterback driven. Whether you're in the NFL or you're in high school, you have to have a good quarterback. I think we all realize that, and hopefully we have one that will eventually be able to compete on the guys at the level of the cars and the
We're talking with Coach Norm Chow here, the Hawaii head coach, and the media kind of picks you guys towards the bottom of the West Division. Did we get it wrong, or do you think you surprised a few teams this year? What do you got up your sleeve?
Well, we hope so. I mean, after last year, it's probably accurate. I don't know if it was, we wouldn't have to play the games. We're going to go play the games. Hopefully we'll be able to compete. I know we will. We just have to do some things that will give us a chance to compete. Some different things that will give us a chance to compete against these awfully good football leagues.
You get USC at home to start the season. How much is that going to be a barometer, do you think, of what you will see from your team the rest of the way? And then obviously Fresno State coming in September 28th.
Well, after USC, we get Oregon State. Then we have to go to Reno, and then Fresno comes to town. And we all understand that the top three teams, obviously, in my mind, is Boise, Fresno, and Reno. And we get two of the top three in the first month of the season. But hey, whoever set that schedule, they fired coaches. They might not have fired the schedule makers. But we'll play them. We'll compete. Our guys are anxious to do that.
Talking with Norm Chow. Norm, obviously, I think there was a bit of a surprise last year when you did accept the Hawaii job, but you were coming home, and that was the big thing for you. Are you rejuvenated because you have a fire in your belly to make sure that you right the ship over in Hawaii?
Well, as long as you have that fire in your belly, I'm older, and I never even thought about that job forever, really, and then all of a sudden it came upon us, and it is home. Yeah, but I just like to do it, like I said, not for me necessarily. I've been around enough. I'd like to see our players, and I'd like to see the state of Hawaii. I'd like to see everything happen good. We've been a struggle. There's been some things going on over there. That we lost our president. We just need to do something. We need to be something bright that we can bring to a lot of people.
It's Norm Chow, one of the great guys of all time in pro and college football. So good to chat with you. Best of luck to you. I'm always rooting for you, because you're just one of my favorite guys to talk to.
Well, hey, thanks you a lot. And like I told you, what a good-looking son you got.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. I really do wish the best of luck for you. I really do. I want to see you do it well.
All right. You get over there with the guys?
In Hawaii? I went with, for the bowl game I did, what was weird is that was the first time I was ever in Hawaii. I had always gone to like Cancun or something like that, so I'm like, I gotta go to Hawaii, I gotta check it out. My wife was not happy with me because she was pregnant at the time.
No, so she doesn't have Hawaii ties.
No, she doesn't. But she does have family members that do live in Hawaii.
The immigrants came.
Yeah.
A lot of Filipinos, Chinese. A lot of them have that. In fact, my first job in high school there, I married a Dango gal, and we taught in a little community of Filipino immigrants.
Really?
She would love
Wow.
food and the whole bit.